everyone. Welcome to Spirit Switchboard. I am your host, Kerrilynn Shellhorn, and you are listening to us live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 in the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM out of beautiful New Orleans. Thanks, everybody, for being here. If you are new here, I appreciate you checking us out. If you've been following for a while, I am always appreciative and grateful from the bottom of my heart. If you are new to me, my name is Kerrilynn Shellhorn. I am a psychic medium based out of Ontario, Canada. I have had that ability to connect to the other side since the time I was little, and have been doing this full time for a long time. Feels like forever sometimes, but full time, 18 years. And I do love it. I love everything about it. The paranormal side of it, sessions, teaching. Right now I've got the mediumship series course, and I haven't taught mediumship in a while, and I'm really enjoying it. So we've got a little bit more. We've got like a couple more weeks to go. Just hang tight. So my guests are having a wee moment, but they'll be here. So we're going to do some open mic, and I'll say hello and answer questions. So our guests today are Ashley and Misty Connor. So they're going to be a little bit late. So we're just going to hang out until they get here. Hi, Sandra. Thank you for being here. Miss Lisa, Kathy Lemire, thank you for being here. Hi, James. James, I'm always grateful when you show up, because I feel like this is going to be one of those days where the ADHD and all the D's kick in, and I'll need that top of the hour reminder. Station ID time. Hi, Michelle. Thank you for being here. Hi, Julie. Heidi, thank you for sharing us out. For those of you that have not met Heidi, Heidi is part of Banter with Richie B, Bigfoot Banter. She helps them out over there. Please give them a like and follow on YouTube. It's a great show. Miss Rhonda. Rhonda, you know what's so funny was I found Ashley and Misty from the show that you guys did in January, your first show. It was so fun, and I love that they were watching. It's funny to me, Rhonda, that they talked about Letterkenny with Ryan, and I was talking about Schwarzy, which is the same writers and same person and everything. So I think that's super fun. Lisa, you did feel the energy in the space? Oh, chaos at work. So what did your spirit say you could do to help fix that? Bring a plant with a bunch of rose quartz and hematite inside the dirt. Leave it on a few desks. A teacher or two, when my kids were younger, got those kind of gifts. Plants with a bunch of crystals in the bottom. Maybe a sigil on the bottom of the pot too. And they wouldn't even realize. Hi, Contessa. Hi, Joanne. Thank you for being here. Yes, I think they're going to come on with a story. There's a story brewing, so we're just going to be patient. We're all going to hang out. Richard, thanks for listening while you're on deliveries. I got my mug. For those of you who want to see it, I'll share. My friend Richard got this for me, and it cracks me up every week, folks. So my spirit switchboard mug, and as some of you know, those who are new to me are just, you're going to learn it now. When one of the questions that I don't necessarily enjoy getting is, what is my spirit guide's name? Because I want to teach you how to get there. Because how would you know if I was lying or not, right? So giving you the tools to figure out who your spirit guides are is better, right? Teach men fish. So I normally tell people that everybody's spirit guide's name is Bob. So on the back of my mug, it says, if at first you don't succeed, try doing what Bob told you to do the first time. Oh my gosh, cracks me up. Deb Morse, thank you for being here. I was thinking about you today. Allie, our mutual friend Allie, is going to be on in a couple of weeks. I'm really excited because you guys have been pillars for me in my journey and have watched me come from the very bottom in the muck and mire of my healing to where I'm at now, and teaching. And I'm so blessed, and I'm grateful for those friendships. I know. Allie's going to come on. And I've never met her friend, so she's bringing a friend on, and they're going to be talking about Tombstone. So they live there. They have paranormal investigated, volunteered at the birdcage. So they're going to come and talk about all of those things in a couple of weeks. Hi, Joan. Thank you for being here. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Michelle. Hello. Thank you for being here. Deb, I think it's going to be good too. I'm really excited that she agreed to come on. I think she was a little hesitant at the beginning. And it's just like hanging out with friends. That's my hope, right? We just have a conversation and hang out with friends. One of the things that I wanted to talk about, or that we're going to be talking about with the ladies when they get here, is about conjuring. And it's such an interesting thing because when my kids were little, in particular, I would say more my daughter for sure. When she was younger, she had like this full moon club. And so she would, sometimes it was just her and I, sometimes it was a friend, and we would make like a lavender pillow, sleep pillow, and setting our intentions on it. They made wands. They did all kinds of stuff. And I don't think people realize that a lot of the things that we do that are rituals are putting our energy into things. So with clients, over time, have encouraged clients to get a little more witchy. And I've always kind of kept a lot of that quiet and on the back burner and not so loud about some of those things. When you encourage people, especially when you see their energy is all spiraled, when you give them a direction to a way and some tools to move that energy so it's working for them and instead of against them, it's amazing to see. Amazing to see what happens and what shifts, right? Oh, Contessa, I appreciate you saying that. Contessa sharing, I would have loved having a mom like you growing up. So we kind of, I know that I had my daughter on the show talking about growing up the way that she did, and for the most part, and I'm sure that's something we can ask Ashley and Misty as well too. It was normal for us in our house, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And what was in our house felt very normal. And we moved when she was in grade 4. And the poor kid, she could see spirits, right? And on each corner of the public school that my daughter went to, so across from the elementary school was the children's cemetery. The kitty corner was the mausoleum. And then the other cemetery, was on the opposite corner. And she's like, Mom, they hound me all day long. And I'm like, honey, you just tell them that you're there at school and they can't bother you, and that we'll make a date with them if they need help on Saturday. And we'll go check it out on Saturday, and we can help them if we need to. But it was just before Christmas, and they were talking about traditions and stuff like that. And she came home crying, and she's like, Mom, you didn't tell me you were sending me to a Catholic school. Like, it's not. It is not a Catholic school. And she's like, I told them that this is what we were going to do. And she's like, I'm never going to be invited to parties because they're all Catholic. That poor kid was like, she told them that she was Wiccan. I don't know why she told them she was Wiccan, but I think that was the best word she could come up with at the time that felt in alignment with the things that we do at home, right? And she's like, never going to be invited to parties. She was, though. It was all good. Hi, Victoria. Thank you for being here. So I don't know. And you know what? The other thing about growing up with a mom like me is there's that accountability factor too, right? My stuff or your stuff, and you have to, and it gets tossed back. I mean, I know that I talked about it before. My daughter usually is the loudest one. She would say if my energy was off kilter and I should probably leave the room till I felt better. So it wasn't like rippling through the house and making everybody feel shitey, right? Okay, our guests are here. So excited. So excited. Let's just bring them right in.
Hey!
Oh, let's figure that out.
Man, it looks so fancy. Oh, because we're on our phone. Do we got
I don't know. You look good.
Thank you.
You look like I need to have one of those flowing dresses on where there's like squinting at the moon. I'm like,
are we able to turn it sideways? I don't know. I wish we was able to turn it sideways. I don't know. Let's see.
Let's see what I can do for you. No, I should have taken a gravel.
No, hold on. Does this go sideways?
No, that goes backwards.
That goes backwards.
I don't. What about this one?
That's beautified.
Ah.
Let's see if this maybe. You know what? It doesn't look real bad. And Lisa is more than excited. Lisa Crick's here, and Rhonda Harris is here too, ladies.
We love her dearly. I mean, we got to meet her. First of all, thank you for having us on your show. It is an honor for us.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. We got to meet Lisa. Gosh, girl, what was it? Troy Taylor's years ago. I feel like years and years ago. Hello, Rhonda. We've never got to meet Rhonda in person though. Hopefully one day our paths will cross.
She's fabulous. I would love to meet her in person too, and Lisa. But I'm in Canada, so here's your in. Anytime you want to come. We will head to Sudbury because I was talking about it before you guys got on. I saw you guys on the freaking Paranormal show. So Rhonda Harris is host of, or co-host with Ryan of the freaking awesome Paranormal show. And she also is co-host with The Orion Effect with Howie O'Dowd on Sunday.
Yeah.
So I saw you guys talking about Letterkenny. So when I was on their show the last time, I was talking about Shoresy.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on with Letterkenny, but like, of course, I'm on a dating app, and I randomly started talking to this hockey player because I love Letterkenny, and I was like, "Have you ever watched Letterkenny or Shoresy?" He's like, "I'm addicted to Shoresy. I haven't tried Shoresy yet."
Is it good?
But
Yeah, better.
I love that anticipation. We're like,
Yeah.
It is so funny and it is so good. It is just so good.
We're gonna have to try it out then.
I'm so attracted to Canadians. I don't even know if it's Canadians or just Letterkenny because how fast they are, and it takes.
So that's super funny to me though, because I went to the very first time. So I will be 54 this summer. The first time that I got my passport and left the country, I drove by myself from Canada, 16 hours to Tupelo, Mississippi. I didn't tell my family. I just left and had like old school map in case like my phone didn't have connection. I just went to Tupelo, Mississippi. And when I went there, it felt like home. Everybody was lovely. I was so comfortable there. Kentucky's beautiful. Oh my God. It's just so beautiful. But I went there, and that's all I kept thinking was, I love these Southern men. They're so polite and respectful. I was like, I'm watching all these people, these grandmas being called Queenie. So I'm like, I'm bringing that freaking north. Like, I'm bringing Queenie north. So my granddaughter is 5, and she calls me Queenie from day, like as soon as she grew up, she called me Queenie. And I encourage everybody up here, get called Queenie. Get called Queenie because it's good.
So are you from Canada, honey?
Yeah, I grew up in Northern Ontario.
Oh God!
Oh my gosh!
Are they as attractive as Letterkenny? And how fast wit they are? I want a mean one that's funny, and I have to take 5 minutes to realize it was a joke. I'm like, oh, that's what I want. I'm like, oh.
We could probably hook you up with a Canadian hockey player. Yes.
Yeah. Are they just easily available, or does everybody know one? I'm like that in my mind. That's how it is. I don't know. I've never been actually in Canada or lumberjacks. I'll take one of those.
Wow.
I don't think there's like a lumberjack on every corner. I mean, I could be wrong. Y'all got
there's a hockey player and a Tim Hortons.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a Tim Hortons coffee and a hockey player.
Really?
That's what it is.
I got to tell you something, Ashley. The universe is bringing this stuff to get manifested.
It's so funny. Like on my because I have ADHD. Yeah, you know, all of that stuff. And I was thinking too, look, so I bought the book, ladies.
Oh,
the book.
So sweet. Thank you.
We got things to chat about.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I'm so honored. You don't understand. For an author, for somebody to read your book is one thing. And they come and they bring it and they get you to sign it. That is, if you're an author and that doesn't just tickle your butthole, I don't know what does. Like, it is amazing. Like, and then for somebody to actually read it and be like, wow, let's ask you about this. I'm like, oh, you're a smart one. Like, I love it. Like, it's just such an honor because you put so much time and so much effort into it. So thank you. Thank you. That makes me, I'm done. This show's good enough for me.
Well, I don't even remember now where I was going. Oh, and ladies, if you have not read the book or you do not know about the folklore, Appalachian folklore, you are not going to understand what I'm about to say, but you ladies will. Yes. I would not be allowed in the garden right now.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Okay. You're going to have a bad crop. I got you.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
So a little bit foggy brain today, right? So a little bit foggy brain. So that's on my little notes of things I want to talk to you about. Look, I wrote Letterkenny and Shoresy.
Good. You
I'm telling you, I don't know why I gotta rewatch it or something because it's been coming up lately. Something about that Letterkenny.
You know, on our farm, that's what makes me think of it too. Like they got like the Canadian part of it or whatever, but on our farm, our family is very they're very like straight, but it's so hilarious because sometimes if you're not smart, you won't pick up on it. So I think that's why we like Letterkenny so much.
Like how they sit out in the lawn.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's literally what we do.
Yeah.
And they're very brass, and you just keep it rolling.
Right.
That's the way it is on a farm.
It is.
And you're supposed to take it when they're mean to you. You're a wuss if you don't. Like, that's the way it
well,
is.
there's pockets of that, I find. My Canadian friends that are in the chat, like northern communities, remote communities, that's exactly what it's like.
Like,
gosh, I got to tell you, we just want to stow away to Canada. The closest we got was Niagara Falls. And my goodness.
What's the ugly side? Their side's way better, supposedly.
I know.
I
got
got
the
there
other side.
yet.
We're the side you don't want to. We're the ones when you drive through, you like
roll up your windows.
Yeah, and lock the doors. Y'all got the good stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty. But I am on the other side of Toronto. So I'm on the other side of Toronto. But where Sudbury is, like where Shoresy is, the show is based out of, I grew up for like 2 hours, 2 and a bit hours, 3 hours, I guess, north of that.
That's pretty so cool. Oh, I'm so excited. I love when you went.
So all of Shoresy, like it's literally like all of those places are those places in Sudbury. So it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Now we're gonna have to watch it. We're gonna drop some knowledge on you, honey. You know, Dirty Dancing was filmed like 30 minutes from us. Mountain Lake, that lodge, they still do Dirty Dancing stuff. And like people we didn't even know it was close to us. And we were like, wow, you know, they still have competitions like the Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey thing. And doesn't it make it just like closer to you? You know what I'm saying? Like you're like, I know about that.
No matter what, you can't put Baby in the Corner. And that will like forever be one of my favorite movies because I live right down the road from it.
Yeah.
And another odd fact, since we're on, you know, the little odd talk show about weird stuff, is that the lake sometimes dries up, so they'll find random stuff, and they actually found bones in there. They try to identify. I think it was from like the 1920s. So
yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy. Finding bones. People collect them.
I do. I collect bones. I think I'd feel bad about the ones in Mountain Lake though. Like if it was somebody's, but yeah.
I would
missing
feel bad
people
about
that went missing.
Say it again, honey.
People that went missing.
Yeah, people that went missing. And like, so here recently, the lake's always been there, you know, like in the movie, how they're walking around the lake and stuff like that. And it got really low. And when it got low, it like dried up and they were freaking out about it. Right. And when they did, they were like, everything was like, there were shoes, there was all kinds, and then there was a dead body. And they were like, wow, this person must have went missing like back in the 20s or 30s or whatever. And it was just, I don't know if they ever identified him. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is.
Ladies, I'm really sorry. I just switched it out for you. So if I can you read that running along the bottom of the screen at the moment? If I have misspelled something, let me know because, you know.
Okay.
I just want to make sure everybody can find where you're at. So it's your website, the Connor Sisters, Ashley and Misty at theconnorsisters.com.
Yes, ma'am. Yep, that's perfect. Is it?
It's rolling perfect.
Okay. Because on our end, it's like a little choppy. So she was looking to see if it was rolling perfectly. So it must just be us. We're in the basement. Like there's a graveyard outside here. So there must just be some spirit communication. If y'all hear anything good, let us know.
Sometimes it happens.
No, yeah, I know.
Sometimes the EVPs happen.
Yeah. I come down there to do my readings and I'm like, wow, I'm getting good reception down here, man.
Hi, Tracy. Thank you for being here. Anita, thank you for being here. So I just want to back up because there may be a lot of people that have not had the opportunity to meet you or know about you guys. Can you give a little bit about your background? And then we're going to get right into all the juicy stuff.
Okay, cool. You hit it first.
All right, so our background is that me and Misty are, as far as we know, biological sisters. But we grew up in a little farm in Salem, not Massachusetts, not the good one. I always make this joke that they made meth where we're from, not magic, so it's not as cool. So, little Salem, Virginia. We lived on a little farm, and our grandfather was, what was he?
German Baptist.
German Baptist. So you know that it's not Amish, but it's Dunkards-esque. So they were very old-fashioned, things like that. He had morals, and he had different ways of doing things. And then my mother, she was more of a loving, caring. She took care of animals. She would go above and beyond. My father's line, they had wart removers in their family line, and we didn't. They kept from us that we were any kind of magical. We just grew up, and on this farm, like during the summertime when I went to school, I went to the store one time. We lived 30 minutes away from any stores or anything like that.
Yes.
So, oh, you what?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
It's
Same
pretty
thing,
wild.
right down to the German grandpa. On the farm.
Yeah, on the farm, we were just weird out there
Yeah.
ourselves. And when we wrote our first book, then our dad came forward and he's like, yeah, we weren't called witches back then. We were called healers. And come to find out, our family line was that we were actually healers, and we would do the. They didn't call it magic. Even when you try to look up anything, they do not call it magic. They'll call it, they'll
Workings.
do prayers or not working. It's something else. It's folklore. They'll call it that. I even have a book. It's like, they're like, no, this is not witchcraft. But if you go in a river and you get a colored stone like this and you rub it on your temples and you read this prayer, then your headaches will be gone. So it's crazy things like that they kind of go avert in a type of way. And the Appalachians do not claim magic. And if you believe in God, then you're fine. But so if they knew that you did witchcraft and that type, if you can hide behind healings, then they would have tarred us and burned us. Because if you're going to somebody and they're like, hey, if you suck on this root for a little bit, then you're going to feel better. That's okay, as long as you like the Lord. Now, you probably make meth down the street, but you better love the Lord while you do it. So that is pretty much a Southern in that. So what do you think was your background that you added?
Well, pretty much the same as hers, but mine was a little different, as in, because I'm a little bit older than Ashley. So when we were brought up, she touched on the Bible. A lot of times in the mountains, they would use the Bibles, and that's the biggest grimoire. Think about all the magic and all the influence that is in this. So a lot of conjurers, a lot of workings, a lot of practitioners in these mountains, we're a little bit of an enigma, because every holler we would do things to make sure that we would, keep our crops alive or whatever. And people always want to talk to us about, well, the different nationalities, y'all are just, this back in the mountain. No, that's where everybody went that was less than. So that's why, a lot of us come out and we're just like, we're a little mixture of everything. Like Melungeons, that's our group of, they used to call us Native Americans, but that's actually just all the mixture here in the mountains. And that actually happened with the magic too. So some of the stuff that we were doing, like our granddaddy, there's healings that are in the Dunkards workings. They're called powwows and stuff. I don't know if y'all ever heard of those, but that's like healings. And as long as they, were tending things and they use God's name, the Bible and things like that, great things could happen. Talking out fire. When I do my healings, my cleansings, I use a lot of breath work and stuff. And that stuff I learned on the farm, like just put my hands on animals and stuff like that we've had to use. So yeah, we're just a little weird enigma. Country and witchcraft normally don't go hand in hand, but in these mountains, we've been doing it forever.
And it's normal. And that's something that my daughter has said forever as well too. Like, what's in our house is just our normal. So when she went to like the school and she thought I dropped her off at a Catholic school, she's like, what the heck? What has just happened?
Yes, I understand that. And I caught where you said that she said that we were wicked. Listen, everybody wants to, that's just your normal go-to because people understand Wiccans. They understand that's a religion, that's a bait. They can understand it more. And I've seen people say that they're Wiccan and they're not. There'll be some other type, but that's the first thing we go to. It's kind of like, did you do this? Oh, I'm Wiccan. It's just like, hey,
okay. Yeah, that one.
And she doesn't now. Like, she's 28 now, so she doesn't say that now. But her little grade 4 self, that was the closest thing. Like, she was in grade 4.
Oh, God, that is so sweet, by the way. That is just so cool, so isn't it weird? Like, there's all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of workings in the mountains. I tend to go more towards root work and stuff like that. I like very minimalistic, but using sources that are around me, and just stuff like that. But there's been divination in these mountains. There's been root working in these mountains because all different cultures brought it to us. So then, people say that they are all these different things, but us, it's just Appalachian Magick. So every practitioner is going to be different unless you're in that family line. Because most of the time they didn't pass it down because they were very superstitious. Like, I'm superstitious. I won't show certain people my stuff because I feel if I do, I lose the power and it transfers on.
Same with dating. Yeah.
But that's the thing, like, with clients, because normally for me, it's like maybe 1 or 2 sessions. I don't want people relying on me for anything, right? So the more we give them the information and they can empower themselves, but they get so wound up if they understood to do some simple things, keep it simple, they move their own energy and direct. So even having somebody else, like, if you did something for someone, you still have to encourage them to put their intention on it. Their energy is what's going to make it work.
Oh my gosh.
In the way that they want it.
Say it louder, honey. That's true. And I'm glad you mentioned that about readings. People don't understand. And that lets me know, by the way, like, not that you have to approve, like, I got to approve anything from anybody. But when I hear people such as yourself who do readings and you say, oh, I don't want them to become reliable on me, that lets me know that you're in this business for 100% the right reason, because there are people out there, just like I do, that will keep feeding that. And I tell my clients just like that, we can't move that energy. And until that energy moves or something happens in your life that you're moving that, we're going to get the same readings. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not moving. It's not. But there are people out there that will continue. So I make my clients, like, they got to wait a little gap. I'm like, I can't, you got to give me a month or 2 here, or this and that and the other, because I'm afraid that people get addicted to it. And then they have, if they're going through something really bad, they'll have like a spiritual psychosis. That's crazy. That's like a religious psychosis where they get really, really invested and involved and they think it's all like, so we as responsible readers, we got to take on a lot.
Yeah.
That's some deep shit.
I like one time, like not deep down. Deep down, I got a really big heart. But sometimes I want to skid by and just be an asshole sometimes. And I just want to be like, he still's not coming back this week, okay? You got to move on. And say goofy things like that. I just want to sometimes. And I'm like, well, we'll see, and I like, I enjoy a dark humor. It's not terribly dark. Like, I don't want to be anything like that, but just be like, he ain't coming back and you need to worry about your house payment. You know what I mean? That's what people would be like, I don't want a reading from her.
Wouldn't it be cool if one month we could just put up a little sign that says dark readings today and just give it shit that day?
Yeah.
You'd be like, come on in, I want to tell you the truth today. Tomorrow I'll be nice to you.
He's nasty and you need some cream on that now. I hope one day I'll just not care at all. And I'll just do that. I'll be like, what happened to the loving care?
But haven't you? Like, when you do gallery readings, do you, because I say that when I'm doing gallery readings, I feel like I can get really short with people because it's coming in so fast and you've got this room of people. So you're just needing to get there. Right. And I think I will admit if it's not happening. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. There's people here in chat that have seen me work. So what I'm talking about. There's only once, like when I do Dining with the Dead. So I do this event called Dining with the Dead. I've been doing it for like 13 years. And I go around to every table to make sure I say, thank you so much for coming. Right. And I used to give out like little gratitude bags, like, thank you so much for coming. So there was some kind of like, there was an exchange going on. And this fellow was so belligerent. And I said, did you get voluntold? Did you get voluntold to come tonight? Like, you didn't volunteer, did you? And he said to me, you know, I am highly educated. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Are you assuming that I'm not? Like, it was such a weird thing to say, and he kind of hit some not nice spots, right? Like, he was
right.
So I made a point of saying I can only get as low as the lowest, like I can only go as far as the lowest link will let me go, right? Yes. Like, that's where I'm going to go. And I went to the back while they eat dinner, and I try to get all the folks that are in spirit in a queue so that when I come in, when they're done eating, I just start shooting them off. Here you go. Boom, 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 boom. So we're done. And I text my daughter, and I'm like, that's the one I'm going to make cry first today. That one right there will be in the parking lot crying by the time I'm done. It was so rude, and I just felt like, I don't know, maybe it was a day I couldn't be in the garden too. It probably was that day.
I love telling people I couldn't be in the garden.
It's not a day to put me in the garden.
People in the chat, or people just listening, if you don't know what it means, go buy the book.
Good tag. I love this. Honey, are you like our soul sister from up north? I mean, what in the hell? This is so awesome. I'm so glad that we're on this show. We don't get to talk to people. Don't understand. Like, we don't get to talk to a lot of psychics that do gallery readings and stuff because you're out there doing them. So you don't get to talk to people as much about it. And to hear you say that, it comes in so damn fast. I have to write it down really quickly. And I look crazy. It's like I'm having conversations because I'm trying to grasp it because it goes quick, man. People don't understand how quick those messages come. Like we have to. Like,
I have like a freak out moment because sometimes I'm like, what if this is the time I choke and I'll let everybody down? And I'm like, and I'm like, I'm constipated. I'm pushing so hard, writing everything down. And then when I get up there, I'm like an auctioneer. I'm like, and I sit down. And eventually afterwards, they'll come back and be like, you were so right. And I was like, thank you. I don't remember.
Well, we don't. And that's the thing, right? I tell people too, like, do not email me tomorrow because you didn't claim it today, because I will not be in that space tomorrow. I won't even know what you're talking about.
Girl, I thought I was losing my mind. I would do readings, and even when I'm with a client, like at home and stuff like that, and then later on they'll come up to me and they'll talk to me about it. And I get this glazed look, and they're like, and the one girl looked at the other girl and she was like, she don't remember, because we're doing it so fast. It's like, I don't know. You mentioned ADHD before. Do you know that most psychics are ADHD because we have to maintain here on this plane, but also grab messages? So our brain is running twice as fast as anybody else's. So we don't retain that as much. And they would tell me, they were like, oh, she don't remember. And I'm like, holy shit, what's happening? And
how are you?
Yeah, and it got me so upset. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, am I remembering not remember? But it only happens when I read. And I can't. Somebody told me one time, they were like, one of our dear friends, they were like, because the messages aren't for you, they're for the people. Yeah. So you're just a conveyance. But still, it freaks the hell out of you when people are like, you don't remember this? I'm like, no, I don't remember telling you your grandma. Now, some stories are so entertaining, like, I have to remember them. I'm like, this shit's funny.
I'm like, girl, go. You go.
But it's because we're working for spirit. Like, it has nothing to do with us. So we are working for them, and we get out of the way. I just want to, oh my God, I knew I was going to, yes, James knows the word squirrel on Red Bull. That's what I tell people. It's going to be a squirrel on Red Bull, and just stay clear and out of the way, because we're going to be running.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you know how dedicated I am to this show? I am this dedicated to this show because sometimes you digitalize on here the interview, so I've got it playing so I can read the captions to make sure I know what you said. I'm that dedicated, so that's why I'm like,
yeah. We're looking there, we're like, It's like we're reading lips through this. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Denise
make
Smith,
it work.
I'm glad that you popped in. Lisa Crick is saying she would totally pay for a dark reading.
I knew she would. Lisa's down for it, man. I know she would be. There's a lot. Hello. I tell you what, I have literally had people say, don't sugarcoat this, Missy, because I feel like you always got to leave them with like, okay, how the hell to get out of here? This bad situation. They're like, give it to me bad. And I'm like, well, how am I supposed to tell you that your man's cheating on you with the neighbor? You know what I'm saying? Because we do get those messages. And I'm just like, Lord,
Yeah, but we still have to give it. Dude came with his wife to my house to have this session, and I asked her to move out of the room, and I told him what I knew. And then here's what his choices. Here's your choices. We bring her in, tell her, or, you can tell her why we're canceling, and here's your money back, and do it.
That is awesome.
But
sometimes you don't know what the hell to do. You're just like, and you awkwardly look at their wife or husband. You're like, no, I can't give that secret away because then people are gonna be like, I knew she was saying that.
Julie, thank you. So Julie Krause is also a medium. She is in this. I'm sorry, Julie, that I'm not remembering. So Julie has been on the show a couple of times as well too. I think on Facebook, I think it's under Julie Krause Spiritual Advisor.
Oh, cool.
Julie's been on there a few times.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Hi, Raymond. Thank you for sharing us out.
Oh, thank you, Raymond. Oh my gosh,
he is asking.
I'm Meemaw.
Oh my gosh!
I love that they call me that. Like
he's talking about hard candy.
Listen, you want to see what I got in my? Okay, what kind of hard candy do you want next weekend? Tell him you want mulled wine.
Mulled wine.
I know. Isn't that nice?
It's like the hard candy.
Really?
Oh wait, that is hard. Next weekend, tell him what.
Oh my gosh, look at it! It's
God, we look stupid. We're like,
I know we're like looking down at the.
It tastes like wine.
It looks like Moorhound, and it's in a tin can. See, you can see it kind of right there.
Yeah,
man.
Oh my gosh,
Raymond,
candy. You're gonna have to dig hard for this candy, honey. That sounds dirty. Now that's not what I mean. I mean a box of what
not
she's got.
Candy,
or not like. I'm just gonna stop there, but you know what I'm talking about. I want that lady's box of cake. We do get to see Raymond next weekend. I have a shameless plug. If that's okay.
Yeah.
Where we're going to be next.
Yes, where we're going to be next. We are actually going to Light It Up Festival, and it is put on by the beautiful Beverly. And we actually are doing a channeling session on Sunday. And it's like 5 different channelers, if you count, but 4 different sections. It's so cool, and I think there's tickets still available. But we're excited.
5 whole channels. That's more than we used to get growing up.
I know, with our antenna.
We had 2, and we had like tinfoil on the rabbit ears, and you'd have to like stand a certain.
The kids always had to go over there and pull them some bitches, while the parents just got to say them like, "Yeah, that's good." I mean, you had all the aluminum foil and everything. I mean, man, it was crazy. Kids don't know about back in the day. By the way, honey,
struggle is real.
You look so young. I can't imagine you could talk to us about antennas, but I'm just saying.
My oldest kid will be 32 this summer.
Your oldest kid is 32? Did I hear that right?
Hold on, I'm waiting for the
Momo's good ear.
My oldest kid will be 32.
No shit. You're sucking souls or something, honey. You're looking good. That
No.
Good.
No. It's single life.
Single life. Hold on,
it's no hockey player.
No hockey players.
Oh no! You're gonna have to live up the hockey players.
Well, you get a taste of one, and you leave them right after. I hope it doesn't put the wrinkles in. So maybe briefly, you know what I mean?
Oh, Melanie, thank you for that. I that's always we've been doing this since like 2000, I guess 10 years publicly now. 10, 11 years publicly. Oh my gosh, we're telling our age here. But yeah,
I do. Just own it.
as I get older, I'm just like scared. I'm like, oh no, I'm not remembering. And until one of my clients called it out, I really didn't think about it. And then I'm like, oh God, they all know I don't remember. I'm like, oh gosh.
Well, because we're not meant to. We see too many people to remember everybody's stuff. Like,
that's true. And can I ask you, do you have a hard time with names, but energy, you know? Like if you're working on somebody or something like that, it's like you link up with their energy, but I can't remember their damn name to save me. But if I interact with that energy again, I can remember everything that I need to about who comes around, all this kind of stuff. But it's like I can't remember their names. It's like it goes so fast. I don't know.
Yeah. So what happens for me, it's kind of like dial up a friend. So their loved ones in spirit, if it's a second time I'm meeting them, or if I've met them at an event and that I'm doing a one-on-one, they kind of do hey, remember me sort of Cole's Note version in my head. And then it boom, 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 and away we go, right? Julie is asking, do you all feel as though you forget normal words during the day after readings or big events, feeling not grounded sometimes? That happens to me a lot.
Us personally, we used to get what we called is the psychic flu. So we would give it all we had at these events when we first started out. And it was like we would get sick. Like it would take me till about Wednesday to get all my energy back. I would get like really like it was just off. You could feel it was off. So not remembering words, brain fog, just feeling physically tired. And then what happened is the more we put ourselves out there, the more we did it, the more we learned these grounding techniques of how to cut that energy. And then we became like Reiki Master teachers. That helped a lot too, because you could cut that energy. What is happening is it's funneling that natural energy you're giving to it, and you're pushing so hard. So what happens is you start getting like these brain fogs and things like that, because you're going, I call it full-wheel drive mode, honey. It's like we're regular, but when we go into readings, it's like I was saying, it's like you click into another level. So it's like your body has to go full-wheel drive. You also know that you'll get dehydrated. Sometimes we'll start to swell, stuff like that, because it's like using so much of our energy that we have to replenish that. That's something I had to learn. Honey, I come out with cankles sometimes, and I'd be like, Lord, I'm swelled. I'm thirsty. I'm this and that and other. And then I realized it was because of that funneling of that energy. It really was.
I'm starving after. Like I'm starving after doing a big event or like a whole bunch of sessions. I'm starving, but I know energetically I have shifted, because I used to like eat a Baconator with no problem and no guilt after. Like I just needed that quick pull down, and now I can only eat maybe half of it, and then I sound like I've been a smoker forever. My body's like, what the heck did you just shove in your mouth? Like,
yes.
So maybe half, but it takes about 3 hours, I think, for me to feel normal after a big event.
It comes like, so when we went to Troy Taylor's Dead of Winter recently. I think that's our last one that we went to, right? I think so. And we traveled up there, and as soon as we hit the ground running, man, we walked in. I had clients lined up. We went out right after that. We did a gallery reading. We had a speech. Then we went back to clients. Then we did a gallery reading, and then me and Ashley headed out and drove right back. Girl, I'm telling you, we didn't even we had to pull over to a rest stop and just go to sleep. We were like exhausted. We were like, whoa. It's almost like you get the effects of drinking a whole bunch of alcohol, but no alcohol and good time. But you're just left with that afterwards. So yeah.
What I looked up, how I feel after doing a shitload of readings, it was like social hangover, where you just feel drained. I don't even want nobody to talk to me at all. I'm like, I don't just put it on the table, leave me alone. I'm just like, after I'm done for the day and it's been a really long day and I'm hungry and I'm like, and then I don't remember a damn thing. I'm like, I hope I didn't say anything really bad, because I'm just out there frail and telling everybody, and it is, and sometimes it's like, it's kind of like after a concert, like when you have all this noise that's going around, then all of a sudden it's just that peaceful quietness, and then that's usually what happens with me. And then when we first started doing the paranormal, before we kicked into the psychic and spiritual realm, we actually looked up your spiritual kidneys. Sometimes people's lower back will hurt, and it's because it's not filtering out the negative energy correctly. So.
Oh, I've never. I've not, but that's good for me to know. I tell people the image that I put in people's heads is after an event like that. If you think about Al Bundy, Do you remember Al Bundy from
God,
Al Bundy and Homer
no,
Simpson?
ma'am.
Al Bundy and Homer Simpson. Just, I want to be on the couch with no pants on.
Oh, how about even putting it in there? But that's very
just
good.
I love it.
Goofy
Just
as
now.
possible.
Perfect. That's a perfect analogy. You know what? I have never had like I said, this is another coming off the farm moment. Like literally, like we get in our own little bubbles and stuff. And seriously, we don't interact with a lot of mediums. We don't. So it's really, really cool to be able to
kind of do, just not. I don't know.
No, we met a couple in passing, and then some that we've grown with. Yeah. But we don't sit and talk to people who aren't in our main little circle like this. So it's really, really cool to be able to, and be like,
me
man,
too.
I thought this was just us and stuff like that. So this is cool. This is really neat. Now we know we're the normal ones on the farm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we are. This is normal. Okay, let me come back up. So Raymond's got the mulled wine hard candy for you. So we're going to hold him to it. We will be checking in to make sure that you got them on Monday. And
I'm going to have to send you a picture if I get it. I'll be like, Momo got her candy.
I think I sent you my number, so you guys can text too if you need to. We can commiserate together about things. Julie Krause is sharing that she gets starving too. James, thank you for reminding me about the station ID time. So we will do that really quickly now. If you are just joining us now, thank you so much for being here. You are listening to us live on United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 in the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM out of beautiful New Orleans. And I am your host, Kerrilynn Shellhorn. And on Spirit Switchboard today, we are welcoming Misty and Ashley Connor, the Connor sisters. We are talking, we're bonding.
Yes, we are. We
are talking all things witchy and mediumship and bonding. Okay. Energetics. Go ahead.
Oh, back when I was done reading, I'd put on a onesie back when they were in style. But man, I like I said, one day I want to totally lose my shit. And when I'm done reading, I'm going to take my pants off, fold them, and put them on the table. I just sit there and I'll be like,
done without your pants
done
on.
Today. Done. They'll be like,
I have said it so much that people comment about, they'll ask me in the chat if I have pants on.
You know what? They just need to see from this up, honey. Right below the desk. They don't need to know what's happening.
Yeah.
They don't need to know.
This is how I get my best messages with my pants off.
Yeah.
Judge Schneider, I am so glad that you made it here. Debbie is here saying, saw your gallery reading at the dead of winter.
Oh my gosh, Debbie, thank you. We had a great time with that. Like, oh my gosh, you got to see how we read there. And that's pretty much every time we take, like, it's 3 of us, like, that roll to Dead of Winter. And we each take, like, they have to give us the hook. Because, you know, you always want to make sure you give the best to your clients. And we all 3 read differently, but we, like, share the floor and stuff. And then we just rotate between. And it's so cool. When you go on there and people don't understand, gallery readings are very intimidating because, like, we are very thankful for our gift. And the biggest fear that I have is one day it doesn't reciprocate. It says, okay, Misty, you're done. And I know it's because I haven't been appreciative enough. I got to make sure I know that they are appreciative that who talks to me. You know, my guides, how I interact with them. And when you go on there and you're giving it all you got, and it's just the purest moment between you, your spirit, your guides, whoever, and the person that needs that message. And then for it to be a home run, you're like, yes, I get more excited than anything because I'm like, because they don't understand what we go through as a psychic to decipher some of this sometimes. And we're like, oh my gosh, because you always walk a thin line as a psychic of, are we putting our thoughts into this, or is it pure from spirit? And, you know, when I find that some people, they don't care about that, but I always think, my genuine message has to come. I don't want to interpret anything or fail on my part of just being a conduit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to muddy the waters. So when it happens, man, I'm up there excited for them, just like if somebody gave me a message. So I'm like, right on. Yeah.
I'm pretty honest too. Like, if it's an emotional thing and the Kerrilynn, and I'll say Kerrilynn me is like, what the is all that about? Or just give me a sec, because like I just want to make sure I'm not in this. And I think when we're transparent with people, they appreciate it, and it helps them learn. It helps them learn how mediums work and how to help them choose where they would want to invest their time and money with a reading or learning. And I'm just in the middle of teaching right now, and the very first class, I said it pushes all of your insecurities to the surface, and you are standing there and you feel bare and naked and exposed.
Yep. That is true. And I don't think that, like, people think, oh, I'm not nervous about doing this or whatever. I don't like how long we've been doing this publicly, 10 to 11 years publicly. That's not behind closed doors or anything. That's hosting events and stuff like that. I think if I didn't go out there with a little bit of rawness or a little bit of nerves, then I would get too egotistical. I just feel that. I feel that if I've got to a place that I don't, it's like stepping off a ledge. You hope that step's there, but if it's not there, then you're going to fall, right? I have faith that my step's going to be there, but it's still nervous. We still get nervous, I still get nervous. I'm like, we got to give them these people paid to get the messages. I want to give them the most authentic. But I find the most I'll tell people no. And I'll tell people if they keep pushing on the subject, I'll say, honey, that's good you have that question, but that's not the message that's coming through. And I've had to push back on people like that, and it's horrible. Yeah. I would love to be able to manifest that answer, but sometimes spirits don't want to tell you certain things that you want to know. That's not what they want to tell you. They want to tell you something else. And I think that genuine people, I could really see that. I appreciate a psychic that will tell you, I don't have that information or no. Do you see what I'm saying? Other than yes, and they always have that, because people don't understand a psychic is only 85. The best of the best is only 85% correct. Because we're using you can't, sometimes we're going to be tired, sometimes we're going to be that. So noted and on the books is only 85%. So if there's somebody that tells you they can 100% guarantee that they can connect to your that's a lot. That right there is a tip. They'd be like ding ding ding. I don't think the best of the best, I know they can't. So
tell me that again.
Yeah.
Tell me, explain. So psychic or mediumship? Because I want to make sure, because I know if someone says, I want to connect with Uncle Johnny, I get the crowd of people. It's like parting of the sea. And I'm like, all folks who are not Johnny, move to the side. Thank you.
Right.
And then I have my checklist and I go, come on up, Johnny.
Yes. No, that's exactly how. But if you look up the statistics of psychic, medium, whatever, but mediumship is different. It is something. Yeah. But if you are, let's say, doing gallery readings or psychic readings or whatever there is going to be some interpretation, because everybody is a little bit different. Yeah. So 85%, it's not 100% every time. So people have to understand that there's a little bit of movement room in there. So if somebody 100% says, I can do this 100% for you all the time, I could give you every answer, I could that's big cues, because that means that this person has to be able to connect and find the exact, even if they don't want to talk to you. Now she could say, look, I can't give you that answer and stuff like that, or he could say that, but it's like 85%. So if you're rocking at a good solid you're doing good. You're over the high.
I like to add in that what I don't give you in percentage correct, I make up for it in confidentiality.
And personality.
And personality. Yeah.
But I think we need to have that to balance it all out. We have to have a sense of humor and be able to shift the energy in the space. We need to be able to help them breathe so we can relax and connect. And we have to be able to, not that we want it, it's not entertainment, but we still have an entertainment factor to it. We still have to be able to get them into that space. And I know it may sound bad, and I'm just going to step in the big pile of poo and say it anyway. So, people will ask, especially my kids, was it a good event? And was it a bad event? And it's neither good nor bad. It is exactly what it was needing to be. It's neither good nor bad. But sometimes when it's like, bump, 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 I will say that was a TV worthy night. That was
is
TV worthy. That was a TV worthy, like where it's just holy cow. When I'm going holy cow all night, then that's a TV worthy night. That's how
so awesome. And there's nothing there. There's no feeling that can replace that for the person who's doing the mediumship or whatever. It is just as gratifying for us to give you that message is because it validates what we're doing. We're up there for like a good reason and stuff. So yeah, I mean, TV worthy. That's a good way of putting it and stuff.
I'm excited about how you get mediumship because that is one thing. People get different ways of how they get different messages. Mine, people are like, well, how do you get yours? I'm like, well, everybody has a different flavor. And mine is I take myself out of my mind and I like spiritually, as in I'm imagining myself to get up, walk around the room, and who do I see that's not physically there? And they sometimes will talk to me, but they come through as more of a flash of videos to me. And it'll be like a different color hue, or it'll be them doing an event. Sometimes it'll be like through their eyes. That's how I receive messages. I wish I could sit beside somebody and be like, what happened, Grandpa? You know what I mean? That doesn't necessarily happen for me. I hate that. I'm like, oh, but no. So how do you, like, how you were saying that you're able to, you know, like, no, this is the one you need to talk to, and you're able to get them in a line. How do you receive your messages?
So it depends on if it's an individual session or a group event. If we're at a group event, depending on how it rolls. Theater events are one thing, but the dining events are kind of different. At the dining events, while they're eating, I get them to be in a queue. But if I'm standing in front of a row of people or like in a crowd, so a good story. I was doing an event for this town that was raising money for their watermelon festival. And those people were so nervous. They kept holding their breath. The whole room was stressful. Like it was just, everybody just kept holding their breath. And so I'm standing in front of them going, folks, you're all stressing me out. I can't even look at you. So I'm just going to close my eyes and pretend you're all not here and just do my job. So I close my eyes. But when I close my eyes, it looks like night vision in 3D in my head. And I'm seeing all of those people standing behind. And I just go over here, third row, this color shirt. And my eyes are closed. Here's your people. And then, so I don't know. I see, hear, feel, taste, and smell. So I don't know. Sometimes if I'm out, like you can see Grandpa standing behind them at the till, you know? I don't know.
That's pretty cool. I like that like 3D thing. In a haunted house, if I'm not doing it for somebody and then like I really want to call upon this person, when I go to a haunted house, I want the lights to be out, like as in or lowered, and I don't want a lot of people in the room because it's like I'll pick up on their energy and my ADHD will focus on them rather than things that don't have a body. So it's easier for me to pick up like if the lights are low and nobody's in there, then I'll be able to communicate with whatever spirit the haunted location. But it's kind of weird. Like
I get information beforehand too. Like I can show up 15 minutes before and I will write out who's going to be showing up, and they'll even map out the room. Like the dead folks will map out the room of the venue for me and show me where the people are going to sit. It's kind of crazy. We have a couple of questions. So Raymond, at an event, I told a man that I wasn't the person to do a reading for him and got up so someone else could read for him. Bravo, because that's what we need to do, right? If it's not meant for us, that we just have to be honest about it, right? And sometimes if you say like, you know, if we're asking if we have permission to know the answers right now and the answer is no, we just got to move on. I've had a few of those TV worthy kind of events. Richie's here. So Bigfoot Banter with Richie B. Guys, check out his show Saturdays at 6 p.m. Check it out on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. He takes you with him. So they strap on their cameras, they go out searching, and you're watching live with them at the same time while they're doing it. So it's fabulous. So his question, you had two. I think it's the same one. Can a medium tell when another person is a medium? And can you read each other? Yes, yes, and yes. We all agree with that?
People always ask that. That was a question at the event, the Dead of Winter that lady joined. They said, "Can you tell if we're different or if we're mediums?" And yeah, y'all give off of a different vibration when we're going around. When I go around and like, I scan our area that we're doing like a gallery reading, or if I'm doing hands-on, or because I do like more hands-on stuff with them, they vibrate at a different level. Vibrations are a big thing throughout all of this, but when you have a witch, a psychic, a medium, they vibrate differently. When I'm putting my hands on them, I could tell if this is something that it's almost like other souls wash over them, or they keep that energy of other souls. And I'm like, oh, honey, I could tell it vibrates very differently.
I can tell more so, like the medium and things like that. It's like I always say it's like a fart of energy, or a fart, like it's a horrible, horrible explanation.
Farts are funny though.
I'm like, I feel like it's not like bam full of flavor, but I'm like, okay, that one's got something special there. Like if they're meant to be a healer, then I'll get more of like a motherly type essence, and it'll be like the feel of it will be more warm honey type things. Of course, like if someone is more in tune for mediumship, it'll be more colder, more nurturing. It's different like that. But more significantly, if I'm sitting with someone and I have, been like, hell, I'll get a reading with them. They seem pretty interesting. If I sit with them, there's something about it. I know when they're legit, I'll just want to start crying. I don't know why, but it'll be like so emotional for me. And they'll just be saying something stupid like, you got a job on the way. And I'll just, I don't know why, but there's just something about that. It makes me ever emotional to find someone like.
It's like listening to Adele's thing. They just hit that right note. They hit that frequency, like Adele singing. They hit the right note and they make you cry.
Yeah, I'm like, God, it's like they're digging around in my brain, like Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal is like a Anyway, it's like they're digging around in my brain, and I'm like, God, you're invading my space. So I'm like, I can.
But
I guess
we all pick up differently too, though. Like we're gonna pick up psychics differently. We're gonna pick up mediums differently. We're gonna pick up energy healers differently. Mm-hmm. It's just we're each gonna feel different things, right? My third eye always feels like there's a cold breeze moving in a circle when I'm with other mediums. And energy healers, the palms of my hands get really hot. So then I know, because I was doing these sessions, and it was individual sessions, but they all were going to the same Reiki master. And so I didn't know that they were going to the same Reiki master. And I'm like, who's got the hot hands? Who's doing that energy healing? Because they're good. Whoever's doing it is good. Like, good for you. And it turned out to be Reiki Deb. So I don't see her in the chat, but Deb has been on the show, because as soon as I felt that, I was like, oh yeah, I want them on. So she is she was on.
That is.
Richie's being funny about the farts because the way we go, our ADHD is
all being heard is different types of farts.
Yeah, it's all different ones. It depends on what you're eating.
Silent and deadly.
What you have cooking?
Silent but deadly. Yeah. Those are the worst. They sneak up on you.
Oh my Lanta. Okay, we're not going down that road. If you guys honestly watch the replay of freaking Paranormal Show, it is their New Year's. They did a whole little chat about farts. You guys were talking about farts in jars. We're not doing
That'll about make you pass out. Don't be playing with that, guys.
No. I think I'm going to give it to Christmas presents. I'm going to fart in a jar and I'm going to give it to people. And I want to put something really exciting in that jar so they have to open it. I think that's going to be my new Christmas present.
Nobody open your Christmas present. Nobody. Go. You pass out.
Jesus Christ. What the hell happened to this? We got to return it. And then it'll be yeah, that's
see, Rhonda's just, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Yes, we did.
So funny. I have this opportunity and I don't know when I'm going to have it again. So I want to make sure I get to some of these things. Okay. I wrote down what I loved about this book. And there is a third author. So Rhonda Kendall,
Yeah.
I don't want to leave her out of this. So the three of you wrote this together. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. The beginning of this book is a love letter to your ancestors. It is a love letter. I love how you honored the history of where you came from. And
Yes.
I feel those of us who do this sort of work need to remember that. We need to remember where our own ancestors came from, because when we are working, we are helping those people in spirit heal as well too, that haven't, those people that are not at rest, and what do they need to be at rest. We are doing all of that work. So we need to be able to know our history, know our own healing. And you really talk about that at the beginning so beautifully. I loved it. It made me teary. I was like, oh yeah. It made me really respect the way that you work the way that you shared all of that.
Thank you. That is so sweet. God, I would have come on this show a long time ago if I thought we were going to get these kind of compliments. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm telling you, that's so sweet. That's what I wanted. Like, when we laid out the book of how we wanted to do it, I just wanted people to understand, because for so long, when you hear about the Appalachians, you think, one, that it would be like we're ignorant or we're backwoods and da-da-da-da. And there's so many intelligent people, so many great, but our magic does come from struggles. And it seems that they cultivated a way for this to work. So thank you. You got it. Thank you so much.
And that's what I wrote. Like what trauma our ancestors had, and how it has been held, or those burdens, and if they've healed it, not healed it, how did they do it? Like, those are the wisdoms that we carry and bring forth when we're doing our work. And I think so. That was, sort of like my first question was, like, knowing your culture and history, how does it influence you and how you show up in the world? And
exactly. Like, thank you for that. I mean, it just means the world to me that, the process of that, the thought behind that actually, conveyed. That's what you want when you write a book, is people to understand. Thank you very much for that.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And it's Appalachian Conjuring. And for all of you folks that have like heard me share little things whispering when I've, told you to make a honey jar or a money jar, or pee in your jar and stick it behind the toilet for a while and then put it in a roundabout.
That's smart in a roundabout.
I know. Oh my gosh, that's so good.
That's brilliant.
If we weren't so damn hungry and we had more of them, God,
we got one.
I
just think of one, and I'm like, that's genius.
And people cuss at that damn thing every day. They don't know how to work it.
So mad.
They're so angry. They're honking horns and cussing, but man, that's energy.
Yeah, it's going to be all right here. And so again, it's about energy and what we put into it, but understanding our intent. So, it's when you have big emotions, being mindful that how you're doing your working, what your intent is, and what those big emotions are, and the consequences of those big emotions. all of that's important, right? And where it's going to land too matters, because my daughter did some working, because there was some mean girl university stuff happening, so she dealt with it in the way that she knew best. But she was like, had a little bit of addictions and mental health, and it worked quick, but it kind of went off the rails too. So, having to dial it back quick. So understanding. You guys talk about that?
Let me tell you, I've done the worst. Okay, so everybody who does conjurings or does workings or practice, or they do their spells or whatever, there's always been a time that our emotions have got ahead of us. Always. There's nobody that says, especially when you start out, everybody wanted to do a love potion back in the day. I mean, hey, I got horrible stories about that. But gosh, that was upstairs. Sorry, y'all. So it seems to be like the workings that I do.
Spells coming back to haunt her.
I know, probably.
Yeah.
That's it, breaking through right now. But no, like when I've been I haven't set with the process of what's happening and I just act really quickly. Peeing in them jars was part of it, honey. And I'm going to tell you something. Not only did it throw that energy towards that person, but it did my life too, because the universe was like, hey, Misty, you acted out of turn here and you took it into your own hands. And I got my pee out of the ground. I ain't gonna lie.
Let me tell you about that pee. She was at a friend's and they were all peeing in this jar. And I wasn't there. I was at the guy I was dating at the time. I should have came and peed in the jar. But anyways, I was with some man and I get a phone call late at night. Hey, all of us have peed in this jar and you want to come pee in it with me? I'm like, hell no, I don't want to pee in your moisty, nasty ass jar. No, I'll catch you next one. I got a late night pee jar call.
I threw the karma off in my life and I was like, oh, okay, I understand what's happening here. Of course, it worked on the other end, but it also threw the karma off in my life because I was irrationally doing it. But if you are so determined, you don't care. Like you get in a mindset, you're like, I'll take whatever comes. But after the power cord got ripped out of our house, like the whole, like everything that connects you to power got ripped out. I was like, all right, guys, I got to go get that jar out of the ground. And I did. I dug that up. I told the girls that peed with me, I said, honey, y'all could pee on something else. I got to get this pee out of the ground. And then I just spelled it. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, we got to get this out. Like, it's going to tear my life up. I got to get my pee back.
Yes. Lisa said that she just ordered our lovely Lisa.
Aww.
Ordered the book. You can sign it at Haunted America.
Of course. Yes. Thank you so much. Lisa, gosh, you know we'll sign it for you, honey.
So, Susan Parks, I'm excited to read your book. Long ago, I bought a book about Appalachian folk medicine. Always been drawn to herbalism, and for some reason, your area of the world is one I'm naturally drawn to. I think all of us from the outside looking in, that area is magical, and the folklore and what is normal to you is mystical for us, right?
Yeah. Like people
let me tell you, I put that one on the door in a heart in red marker. So we're hoping that we're switching up the numbers so that this is my year that, I can break that 26 year of being single drought that we're in. Now that I've raised my good children, my children are productive members of society. We can move on. Okay, I have a beef. I do have one little beef in here. Okay. Do you guys not have skunks?
Yes.
In your neck of the woods? Why wasn't skunk in here? You guys have all these animals.
I didn't have animal
skunk.
I did not do an animal divination of a skunk. That is so weird.
No, man, I'm not
getting
getting
to be. We just try to stay the hell away from them.
I
They're
do
there. Because dogs, our dogs will bite them, and then your dogs stink. So, man, I'm upset with myself.
But I'm like, every time somebody asks about spirit animals, I'm like, skunk. And they're like, people laugh at me, but I'm like, they demand respect. They're little and mighty. People get out of the way. They're cute no matter, even if they're like.
I love skunk. I didn't think I didn't. I did that.
They're in so much of our life. Like there's mating season around, and I really do. We really stay away from skunks and stuff. When mating season's in, they're everywhere. You got to watch out. Like if the one comes around your house down, I mean, it's just ridiculous. But they're cute, adorable. But then when they need to be like pew pew,
people get out of the way.
TikTok. Yeah. Oh God, you watch them on TikTok. I can't get enough of them little things when they're tamed and they like show the little butt and then they run off and they shut. Oh God, you gotta look out.
I read it 3 times. There's no skunk on here. Why isn't there a skunk in here?
We're gonna have to write another book and put a damn skunk in it.
Next book, ladies.
I even have placements on the table for skunks. Like I have skunk skins that I put down on my table.
She does every time she does readings if you come, and I always joke about them and stuff like that, Because sometimes, like
one of them I bought from Etsy, and I don't think it had a little skunk smell on it. But I got the package out. Well, you got to watch out for you need ethically resourced if you can't get one out there in the wild yourself. But anyway, and I wouldn't touch that anyways because you're going to stink.
No.
Like I don't know.
You can't get that off.
Because I'm allergic to tomatoes, so if you get in skunk, you're supposed to sit in tomato juice. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't want to sit in tomato juice with my crotch. So then I'm going to, because I get fever blisters. And I know this is too much information, but I'm scared. So that's probably why I'm like, no, skunk ain't getting it there.
We're just going to eliminate them all. We're not even going to think about it. No, we've always been taught to stay away from a skunk. But they are adorable. Yeah. You know what? We all should get I was gonna get one, but it's kind of culture clash now. I was gonna get Pappy Le Pew, but anyways,
we should get like a little tattoo, like a little stinker. Yeah, I feel like that. I thought I was gonna get that near my crotch area, but anyways, I thought about Cruella de Vil. I told somebody once, I was like, I want to be the Appalachian Cruella de Vil and make myself a skunk fur suit, like coat. You know how fucking cool how cool that would look, like. I'm down for business if I show up with that thing. And if she's a pimp or something.
This is it. It is the ultimate spirit animal.
It is. And I am just so upset that we really did. Like, we got possums, and possums are awesome.
Possums are awesome.
They are. Like, she's got a tattoo of a possum. I got a tattoo of a raccoon. Those are, like, just, the trash people of the Appalachian, But now we're all going to need like a little skunk tattoo.
I have a lot of honey badger stuff, like the honey badger. So I've got like pictures of me on the wagon, like promo honey badger. This is all honey badger stuff.
That is pretty badass.
Those are aggressive. Those are aggressive.
That's what Dotsons were trained to take down. This honey badger. Mine wouldn't. Mine are pussy.
Oh my gosh.
They're not now. Taking down anything but a cheeseburger.
Right? Oh my gosh, but you've got that in your book too. I even highlighted it where you said fatty meats make you pretty. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, hold on. Sorry, we gotta read up.
I know we're reading up.
This is awkward.
It is. I'm like, oh no.
Oh my gosh. But you got to an even highlight where you said fatty meats make you pretty. Yes, that is true. My granddaddy said that.
I cannot even hold this in. Do you know on TikTok right now that it is a phenomenon that beef talon, right? They put it on their face. I was like, my granddaddy's been right all this life. Fat meat will make you pretty.
Yeah.
I am sure. So my dearest friend who also works for me as my assistant. So she answers my emails and she books people in and keeps it balanced until I muck it up on the calendar. And she has really helped me. Like, I knew things, but I know much more now, having met her. So, what I loved too was, that you called it Granny Women Magic, like sharing what Granny magic is all about, because that's how my kids have always called her, Nanny Goodwitch. So even on all of our phones, it says Nanny Goodwitch on our phones. And that's, that's how, but beef tallow, like the tallow, and I know what you're talking about. Like, everybody's whipping up their tallow to make their creams all of a sudden, but it's been a thing for a long time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was like,
exactly. Beef tallow and coconut oil.
There you go. I'm telling you. And my granddaddy has been talking. I made that remark the other day. I was like, my mom just finished. She's like, yeah, it makes you pretty. And smoke follows beauty.
I just think so much in our family. I've got a tattoo of a can of beans on my ass because he said you eat the fat out of the can of beans. And it was in honor of my granddad. And I was like, how cool would it be to be a can of beans on my ass cheek? And I do. And it says, if she's not missing, she's back at the farm, which is another serial killer quote that I thought was really cool from Ed Gein or whatever. He was telling the truth the whole time. Nobody would listen. But my granddad would tell us to eat the fat out of pork and beans.
I just think you like fat meat, but look at him now. Ha-ha. No.
Those Sudbury hockey players are going to love you, Ashley. Those Sudbury hockey players are going to love you.
Oh, look at the hockey players with a skunk man. You know
the
what?
beans tattoos got them. They're like that one, and then I'll be like, I warned
Three
you.
possum
I literally
awesome.
have 3 possum. That's damn
So
good.
that's a good saying. That's gonna be. We're gonna have to use that saying. 3 possum awesome.
Possum awesome.
That's. I mean, y'all are smarter than us. Like.
Oh, and then this is the other tattoo that I really like.
Yeah,
It is a possum smoking a cigarette on a broomstick.
That's gonna
there you go.
And bats coming out of my crotch because that thing's haunted. Ain't nobody been in it. Yeah. If the fiends don't get them, I got more interesting facts. Don't be like, don't take this one. Or I hope one day that I crack again and someone just has an image of, because I'm incredibly white, like my skin tone, because I'm a natural ginger. I have spray tan, you know. But anyways, I just imagine by identifying factor, I just go crazy and rip my clothes off, and someone has a blurry picture of my white ass and a can of beans on it. And that's what takes me to jail. I want that to happen. Or if I get put in a nursing home, they're like, what the hell happened to this one? And then when they have to take care of me and wipe my ass, it's a can of beans. Like, that was the best tattoo I've ever gotten, one of them.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I think we're a disaster, and we probably make others feel better.
That's our business. That's our motto. We're a disaster. We're going to make you feel better.
Yeah.
There you go. About your life choices. Come sit with us.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I think I'm gonna get a pudding cup next.
Yeah.
That was because my mom, every time they were like, "What's your name?" She's like, "Pudding time." Asked me again. So how cool is a pudding cup? Random, just a random ass snacky cake or snacky pack.
They're gonna be like looking at you and be like, "God, this girl's so
Mental
hungry." They're
instability.
gonna be like, "She got pudding cups and beans on her." So
And everybody
feed her.
Everybody asks like what the stories are about the tattoos. Is there a story for that tattoo? You'll be there for days telling them the stories to all your tattoos.
Hold on, what was it? She said that you got to tell them the stories of all the tattoos.
Oh yeah, that will either get me locked up or really impressed. Like, wow, that's better. Yeah. Like, yeah. And you know, Billy Madison, that's my all-time biggest crush. And there's one line in that movie, and Dean Winchester, he's like, pudding, and he drops his pants.
Pudding.
Yeah, I got to remember that one. And then Billy Madison, he was like, did you pack my snacky pack? And his maid was like, I'm your snacky pack. And he was like, you can stay home today and help me shave my armpits. He's like, I'll go to school. So yeah, those are my pudding cup reasons.
I tell you what, I can hear the little hockey men lining up right now.
Or running.
Like
One or
the
the other, I'm not
state,
sure.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
One or the other.
they are lining up. Okay, I have to be mindful. I need to be mindful of our time. Seances. That's the next thing I wanted to talk about. Can we talk about seances? They are my all-time favorite thing to do. I love seances. Julie Krause has a podcast. Julie, I'm not sure if you're still here, but if you watch the replay later, I am promoting it. She has a podcast called Cut the Karma. And so I was on it recently, and that's what we talked about, seances, because it's one of my favorite things to do. And it's so different when you do a seance than doing a gallery reading or individual sessions. The energy to a seance is very different. So I would love to hear what a seance is like for you, if you don't mind sharing.
Individual sessions. Yeah.
I love to hear what. Okay. Seances. All right. So, reading wise, a lot of people do different readings, like psychic readings, things like that. I just do cards when someone sits down in front of me. So I don't do mediumship. I'm like, no, I ain't doing that. That's somebody else. Because I only do the cards because so many things happen when you're at like a festival or a convention that I can't focus on anything else. Seances is all the energy. We make people hold hands, and the energy constantly flows. Sometimes you can feel heartbeats. You can just feel that you become numb, and it's like you're all connected. And that wise, I can get the feeling of a person, or I can see energy around the room, as in the people there. that's how seances work for me. There are sometimes the channeling, as in you'll get more body movements, or the body will repeatedly keep making the same instances. One time I was in a seance, and this one lady that sits by me, I was like, I don't understand why, but my fingers keep on, like, someone wants to rip my fingers apart like this. Like, it's a really awkward shape, and it's to the point it hurts. And she keeps on wanting to say, I need to tell you this. I need to tell you. And then whoever it was to shut her up would rip her fingers apart. And I was like, this is like, it's painful. You'll feel, you'll taste, things like that. And a lot of people share that energy because we're all connected by hands and physical touch. Sometimes it'll be like a candle play, the lights will go up, go down, things like that. Movement outside of the circle, it's more controlled because they can't really move. It's just, we're sitting in this location. But the ones with the hands, the lady was like, you wouldn't believe this, but my grandmother had horribly disfigured hands because my grandfather abused her, and that's how he got her to shut up. So there, it's really, it could have been the crowd, and it was always at the same location that we did. Well, not always, but usually seances with me are more, not always darker, but they get more serious, and they're more, I don't want to say negative, but I get more of the doom and gloom in a seance situation rather than a gallery reading. That's just me, though. How do you think?
I get more, like, because we do share that energy and it's so intimate. Like when you're doing gallery reading, I love gallery readings because you can pop, 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 pop. There's so many sitting there, and the energies are around them. And if I don't get a lot, I'll walk the room and like I'll feel the energies of the people or But when you're in a seance, it normally is a lot more intimate. So you are sharing that, like the hands. We do prefer the hands because back in the old days, by the way, it got such a bad name because they would start making noises, things like that. But if you could see somebody's hands and you trust them with their feet and things like that, there's not any outside interference. Mine, I get repetitive, like it is more plugging straight in. I will notice that I'll start, if there's a message that needs to come out through, it will repeat until somebody claims it. It'll be like, and like my mannerisms and stuff like that. Like, if we were at the same seance, like she was across the table from me, but I had people on this side, and I was like, I couldn't stop doing this. And I was like, what in the world? I looked like I was handicapped. And it was just my head getting jerked back. And I was like, somebody needs to claim this right here. I know it's the two right here. I was like, why is my neck getting snapped up? And they were like, well, we found our friend, he had hung himself. And as soon as that happened, it released. So I could go back, and I was like, he's so mad at y'all. Y'all knew something else was going on. And it was like so much anger that was coming through because this guy was like, y'all know there was a part of this that had to do with drugs and stuff like that. And it wasn't, I don't believe he hung himself. I busted out numerous things like that. When you get so close and people are telling you this is how this ended, and the spirits are like, nah, it's not how it ended. So those kind of things, they become very intimate in the seance. I do like that. I like how intense it gets, but I don't think if you sit at a seance table, don't get me wrong, there could be nights that, like you were saying, some days are like show worthy, man. They really are. And then other days you just give the messages. It's nice. But when they come and they are ready to talk, you got to be willing to hear that, because sometimes your secrets are going to come out, man. We were at a seance one time, and it was so cool because they always say, oh, tell me where some, people are like, tell me the lottery numbers, buried treasure. But it really was. I was like, listen, dude, I don't know what's up, but I see this older gentleman that's related to you, like your grandpa. I see the back of this truck. He's showing me all these jars, and he's showing me this daggone tree that he planted these jars. I see the dirt, and he's like, he planted all of his money. He put it all in jars. He's like, what's that tree look like? And I'm like, well, he was taking fruit to the market from it. And this guy was like, he started talking to his wife. Like, I didn't know how deep this was. And his wife was like, anybody check that tree? And they started like, we're going to go there now. Because they thought they could find all this man's money that he had buried. And I can see that tree to this day and him back in that truck underneath it. And those are some cool moments that we've got at seances and stuff.
I will say some people, not to say I would never do it, but I don't let things take over my body. The most it'll be like, show me what they did to you. You can give me like small pain like that, like my hands are hurting, you can jerk this, but I'm not going to be like, and now I'm Ethel. That's just not, I've been in awkward situations that I'm just like, I didn't necessarily believe it was fully Ethel. Sometimes it was a little different. I don't do that. I wouldn't let anything take over, because anybody that dabbles in the spiritual area, they know if they lied in real life, they're going to lie in the afterlife, and their personality doesn't become sparkly, nice, and clean. So you might trust this spirit, and that can really go wrong really quick. So I don't. I know a lot of people do, and I would like to actually see. I've talked to one that she was like, it was really embarrassing. I started snotting and drooling, and I'm very vain. That's probably not happening. I'm like, I can't be doing snotting and drooling and things like that. But yeah.
I mean, when it happens, like I've only let it, I don't, it's like when you get so close, I know when they start repeating and stuff like that, it's only a handful of times that I've let them do that. It's kind of scary when it happens, when you lose control completely.
It's happened 3 times to me, not voluntarily. Like,
yeah.
And it was, scary. It was scary to me at the time, but everybody in that, because it was a private event, the one in particular, and it was like the wow moment for them, and I was sobbing after, because it was so traumatic. The passing was traumatic. The messages were traumatic. It was traumatic, and I was sobbing. So I'm like, we're done. And I had an almost 2-hour drive home afterwards. So I'm going to my vehicle, and they're like, but we want to know more. And they're still asking more questions, because it was so good for them. Like, from their perspective, it was good. And I'm like, I have to be okay to drive home for 2 hours now. And that was crazy.
Yeah. People don't understand. Like, the first time it happened to me, I think it's probably only, first time it happened, I didn't let it just did it to me. There was and this was before I took on the term of psychic medium or medium. And it's because it got so close. Like I was, paranormal investigating, and you ask them to get so close, and I could feel that energy. And then boom, when it set down in me, it was like, I wanted my kid. I was crying. I was and I was just like, this is so, you can't get that out of you for a while. People don't understand when you let that come into you, and then people are snapped out and they're like, oh, it's fine. No, it's not. It's like almost somebody sits down in you, and you feel their energy and your energy, and it's not jiving. And to me, it happened at a seance that we were at Cambria House in. It was just like the energy was so, and I kept repeating, and it was like I could tell that energy of this person that had sat down too close inside of me, like they were manic. And the first thing we've had to learn is she's like, start walking, because to me, I got to get that energy off of me, because I can break ties and they can get out, but it's like a residue. So man, I was walking up this dirt road in the middle of the night, and I didn't care what was out in the fields. I didn't care none of that, because I needed to get my butt. I needed to pound that energy out. And when you walk, you're like getting everything moving, and you can push it out on the ground. But it's scary. I commend people who could do it all the time. It's only been rarely, and people love it. They really do, because they're like, oh gosh, I'm talking right to them. But the conduit of it, because our soul's in here too. So it's like really conflicting. And we were on an investigation the second time, and it was very devastating. Like, they had to watch me, and I broke down. I was crying. I was like, I didn't know it was a mental ill place. And they were it was like, I kept saying stuff like, I understand why they wanted to die. This is so dark. And that's not me. And it took me a while. We took off investigating and everything for like 6 months, because I was like, what the hell is happening? And then of course, when you come into the spiritual side of it, you're like, oh shit, that was like channeling. That was like, letting somebody else's spirit set in you and stuff like that. So it's scary. Like, I don't like to lose control that much. Like, we gotta walk a line so we stay in our own mind, is the way I believe it too. You know what I'm saying?
I can't even smoke weed. I wish I could, but I can't.
I don't know either. I never have, because same reason. I want control. I want to be able to be in control of spirit. So I don't at all either. I've never have, because I'm worried that I won't be able to. The one
Yes,
time that it
yes.
happened, it was a husband and he was recording the whole thing. And he was looking at me and he's like, your face is changing. My whole face changed. My voice changed. And she had Bell's palsy. His wife had Bell's palsy. And my eye drooped. And when you listen to the recording, it is not me talking.
Right. And doesn't that freak you out? Like that?
Totally. I'm like, I don't want it. And then you still have
Exactly.
I still had other clients right after. So like then oh, it was not good. It was not a good day. So it's happened 3 times. Lisa Crick is saying the same thing. She said, channeling scares the bejesus out of me. I've been taken over 4 times, not voluntarily. I have to have someone else bring me out, and I'm grounding and protecting, and it still happens. And that's something that's important for people to hear too. Like, we know what we're doing. I've been doing this as a full-time career, put my kids through school for 18 years. I've been doing this and I know what I'm doing, and it still will happen involuntarily and stuff can happen. So, I mean, that's don't play with stuff if you don't know what you're doing. Or have somebody with you that does. I love seances.
Ashley's my go-to. Like when it gets so bad, and she'll just be like, and it was funny because we right after that seance, and I couldn't get that. You could feel it. It's almost like a heaviness setting in you, that gunk, you know. And Ashley, somebody was trying to cleanse me. Ashley, they were like, "Oh, let's get this off." And Ashley's like, "Get off of her. We gotta go walking."
I said it nice. That's not like, because I mean, I had been around this person, and I've seen.
She didn't have faith in her work, is what. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'd seen her work on me and other people, and I don't have a problem with anybody smoking cigarettes, and I don't have a problem with anybody smoking at all. But when you say, I need to get a healer, I need to make an appointment with a healer, and you're running a business, and I'm like, I used to make a joke. I'm like, you can't, because she's taking a smoke break right now. She would go in and clear their aura with her cigarette and outside. And I'm just like, I mean, it sounds freaking funny right now, but like, I'm like, we're trying to get legitimate and stuff like that. And it's just, she was a different brand, but
she was. Ashley was just like, get off her. We gotta get walking. Get off her. She started
doing like cleansing, and I'm like, put that down.
We're gonna go over here.
So I was like, so you really, just because you just need to match your energy with people. If you feel comfortable with them, and if you don't feel comfortable with them, it's okay to say no. Don't get spiritually raped. It's just like anything else. You don't have, like, you don't understand, if your energy doesn't drive with their energy, they might be a fine person. It might just be that maybe right at this moment. But you have a right to say no to these type of things. Right. I have.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way,
we get a lot of famous people that come through at the seances that I host, which is super wild, actually. And I don't know if it was because I had set the intention out the first time, but you know the candle spinners?
Yeah.
So I use a candle spinner at the beginning all the time, set it in the center of the table so they can make the candle spinner spin in different directions. But it reminded me of the ant in the movie Twisters that had all of those whirligigs.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want Philip Seymour Hoffman. If Philip Seymour Hoffman wants to come in tonight during the seance, you're more than welcome, dude. Please show up. And we have a recording and you can hear his voice. Like, you can hear, it sounds like Philip Seymour Hoffman. And we had like some crazy stuff after that with, he asked him who he's with. He's like the party crowd. And then we just had one after another, like the party crowd.
That's pretty cool.
I know, it's fun. I love the seances. So I think I have 4 or 5 on the calendar for this year, and I keep them really small, like only 4 or 5 people, and they come to the house to do it, and it's pretty controlled. Yeah,
that I think is very intimate. It's very, and it's nice. You can be very zoned in on them and stuff. I like seances. I think it's a good vibe too. I think it's like people, You could go all crazy with them too. They could be like, they can have a dinner before, they can have this, they can have teas, you can do all kinds. We have done teas and seance, and it's amazing. I love when people sit down and they're just, once you get them eating, they relax, and then you can like, the energy flows so much better.
That's what they used to do. Like in the Victorian times, they would have dinner first, and it was like a dinner party, and then they would do their stuff afterwards, right? So I try to do it like the Victorian time, just, you know, without all the charlatan stuff, right?
Yes.
Without that part.
We'll leave that out.
Yeah.
There's a fabulous book about Houdini, and it's called Houdini and the Witch of Lime Street. And that's when I read that, and then that's when I started doing the seances, because I loved the whole story. And she was actually Canadian and had married a doctor from Boston, that woman.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cool. We got to go see where the Fox sisters first started. And, you know, even though they came out and said they were charlatans and stuff, there's still something about it. That was the movement of, you know, the spiritualist community. They were like rock stars back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and I think kudos to those women, because they were low class, middle class, and they were not, they were making their money in the way that they needed to, right? And if they found a shtick that worked for them and they weren't having to lay on their back, not that I'm opposing sex workers, but at that point in time, you know, they found a way to have money. Thank you, Sherry Stubbs. My Victorian senses are. Thank you. Debbie is asking, I need to be mindful because we've got like 2 minutes. I think that we touched on that. She was asking if some mediums are not of pure light and do it for the wrong reasons. But I think we've all witnessed that, even at bigger public weekend events where we're all together. And that's the trust your intuition with who you're with, right?
Right. No. You'll notice, like, this is what I tell everybody is, like, say there's somebody there and you'll notice that certain ones will just stay away. We don't say anything. It's just we can feel that energy is a little different, and you'll see some just stay away. That's my best way of doing it. I can't go over there and start talking crap. That's not my path. My path is to help people, but I can control where my energy goes and who it goes around. Yeah.
And really, if you're going to pay someone and you're going to get life advice from them, you should do your research. Like, really see,
look them up.
Be like, okay, even if they have free card pull readings, just watch how they interact, see if it even matches and things like that. Just because there's a psychic there, I mean, it could be divinely leading you to that person, but if it doesn't feel right, you can totally,
and that their intention fits what your intention is. If their focus is not about future stuff, their focus is about past and healing, like really understanding why you're wanting to go, and if they focus in that way. So we are going to be shut down in 1 minute. So folks, please check out Misty and Ashley Connor at theconnorsisters.com. Please buy their book anywhere that you purchase books. So Appalachian Conjuring, Ashley Connor, Misty Connor, Rhonda Codhill, so I don't want to leave her out because she is also author of this book. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you come back. Thank you so much, everybody that was in the chat. Thank you to United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 in the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM out of beautiful New Orleans. Thank you so much, everybody, and we'll see you next Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern.